As the sun dips low on the horizon, painting the sky in soft hues of lavender and gold, you find yourself wandering along a gentle path that winds through the quiet village of Eldridge. The air is cool and fresh, carrying the faint scent of earth after a light rain, mingling with the sweet aroma of blooming wildflowers that dot the meadows on either side. Your footsteps are soft on the packed dirt trail, each one sinking slightly into the damp soil, grounding you in this serene moment. Birds chirp lazily from the branches overhead, their songs a distant melody that fades into the background like a forgotten whisper. Ahead, the path opens up to the edge of whispers of the Willow Grove, a tranquil expanse of ancient willow trees whose long, trailing branches sway gracefully in the breeze. The grove earned its name from the way the leaves rustle together, creating a soft, continuous murmur that sounds like hushed voices sharing secrets with the wind. It's a place where time seems to slow, where the world outside feels far away, and all that matters is the peaceful rhythm of nature. The willows stand tall yet inviting, their bark textured and rough under your fingertips if you pause to touch one, while the ground beneath is carpeted in lush moss that feels cool and spongy, like a natural cushion inviting you to linger. Nestled at the heart of this grove is the village library, a modest wooden building with weathered shingles and large windows that let in the dappled light filtering through the willow leaves. It's not grand or imposing, just a cozy haven filled with the quiet promise of stories waiting to be discovered. The door creaks softly as you push it open, releasing a warm puff of air scented with aged paper, polished wood, and a hint of lavender from the sachets tucked among the shelves. Inside, the space is dimly lit by lamps with soft, amber glows, casting gentle shadows that dance slowly across the rows of books. The floorboards sigh under your weight, and the air is still, broken only by the occasional turn of a page from somewhere deeper within. You take a deep breath, feeling the calm settle over you like a soft blanket. This is the most boring library visit you've ever imagined, and that's exactly what makes it perfect. No crowds, no urgency, just endless shelves inviting you to lose yourself in the quiet. As you step further in, you notice a woman seated at a small desk near the entrance, her hands busy with a loom where she's weaving delicate threads into what looks like a bookmark. This is Elara, the gentle weaver who also serves as the librarian here. She's in her mid-40s, with kind eyes the color of warm honey and silver streaks threading through her dark hair, pulled back in a loose bun. Elara has a patient, nurturing personality, always ready with a soft smile and a listening ear. She looks up as you approach, her movements unhurried, and greets you with a voice as smooth as silk. "Hello there," Elara says softly, her tone warm and inviting, like a cup of herbal tea on a cool evening. "Welcome to our little library in Whispers of the Willow Grove. I'm Elara. If you're looking for something specific or just a place to sit and breathe, you're in the right spot. No rush here. Take your time." You nod, feeling an immediate sense of ease in her presence. As you chat briefly about the weather outside, the way the willows are whispering more today after the rain, Elara shares a bit about herself. "I weave these bookmarks from fibers I gather in the meadow," she explains, holding up a half-finished piece where greens and blues intertwine like vines. "It helps me stay connected to the grove. There's something soothing about creating with your hands, don't you think?" It quiets the mind. Wandering past her desk, you venture into the main room, where the shelves stretch from floor to ceiling, filled with books of all sizes, their spines faded from years of gentle handling. The air here carries a deeper scent of ink and leather, comforting and familiar. In one corner, by a window overlooking the grove, you spot another figure, a man carefully flipping through a volume on botany. This is Finn, the curious beekeeper from the village. He's in his early 30s, with tousled sandy hair and a beard that's neatly trimmed, his eyes bright with quiet wonder. Finn is inquisitive but never overwhelming, his curiosity like a gentle stream that flows without hurry. He tends to the hives in the nearby meadow, where his bees hum contentedly among the wildflowers. Finn glances up as you pass, offering a friendly nod. "Afternoon," he says in a low, melodic voice, setting the book down with care. "I'm Finn. Come here often? I'm just reading up on some new flowers for my bees. They're picky eaters, you know." His laugh is soft, like the buzz of distant wings, and he gestures to the chair across from him. "Join me if you'd like. Nothing exciting happening, just a quiet browse." Not far from Finn, in a cozy alcove surrounded by travel journals and maps, sits Mira, the reflective traveler. She's returned to Eldridge after years of wandering gentle paths across countryside hills and quiet shores. In her late 50s, with sun-kissed skin and hair cropped short in practical waves of gray, Mira exudes a thoughtful calm, her personality one of quiet introspection laced with subtle wisdom. She looks up from her notebook, where she's jotting down notes in elegant script, and smiles warmly. "You must be new to the grove," Mira says gently, her voice carrying a faint lilt from distant places. "I'm Mira. I've been back in the village for a spell now, catching up on old books. The whispers outside make this the perfect spot for reflection. Pull up a seat. Tell me, what brings you here today?" As you settle into this peaceful trio, the library envelopes you in its boredom, a delightful, unending stretch of calm where the only adventure is the turn of a page or the sharing of a simple thought. The willows outside continue their soft murmurs, seeping through the windows like a lullaby, and you feel the day's tensions melting away, one quiet breath at a time. With the introductions made, the afternoon unfolds like a slow-blooming flower, petal by petal, in the heart of the library. You decide to join Finn first, drawn by his open book and the faint illustrations of honeybees dancing across the pages. The chair you pull up is worn but comfortable, its cushions molded from years of readers sinking into them, and as you sit, the wood creaks softly, a sound that's more welcoming than intrusive. Finn slides the book toward you, his fingers calloused from handling hives but gentle in their touch. "See here," he says, pointing to a diagram of a wildflower meadow. "These are the blooms my bees love most. Clover and lavender, mostly. The scent in the air when they're buzzing around, it's like nature's own perfume." He leans back, his eyes distant for a moment, as if recalling the hum of his apiary. "What about you? Ever kept bees, or just enjoyed their honey? You share a bit about your own experiences. Perhaps a memory of tasting fresh honeycomb as a child, the sticky sweetness on your fingers and the golden glow in the sunlight." Finn listens attentively, nodding with that curious spark in his eyes, but never pressing for more than you're willing to give. The conversation flows easily, like a meandering stream, touching on the small wonders of the natural world. Bees teach patience, he muses softly. They go about their work without fuss, building something beautiful one flower at a time. It's a good reminder for all of us. As the light shifts outside, casting longer shadows through the willow branches, Elara approaches with a tray in hand. She's prepared a simple herbal tea from leaves she's dried herself, chamomile and mint, steeped to perfection. The steam rises in lazy curls, carrying a soothing aroma that fills the air, blending with the library's papery scent. "Thought we could all use a warm cup," she says, her voice as gentle as the weave of her threads. She sets the tray on a low table, the porcelain cups clinking softly, and pours for everyone. The tea is hot but not scalding, its flavor mild and earthy, sliding down your throat like a comforting embrace. Mira joins the circle, closing her notebook with a quiet snap and accepting a cup with thanks. "This takes me back," she reflects, inhaling the steam. "On my travels, I'd often stop in quiet spots like this grove, sharing tea with strangers who became friends. There's a connection in these simple moments, isn't there? No grand tales needed, just being present." The four of you sip in companionable silence for a while, the only sounds the occasional rustle of leaves outside and the soft clink of cups on saucers. It's boring in the best way. No deadlines, no drama, just the warmth of shared company. Finn breaks the quiet first, suggesting a gentle task to pass the time. "Why don't we browse for a book together? Something about the grove, perhaps. Elara, you must have recommendations." Elara smiles, setting her cup down and rising gracefully. "Of course. Follow me to the local history section. It's small, but full of treasures." You all stand, moving at an unhurried pace through the aisles. The shelves here are closer together, creating intimate nooks where dust motes float in the air like tiny stars. Elara's hand trails along the spines, her touch reverent, until she pulls out a slim volume bound in faded green cloth. The title embossed in gold reads, "Whispers of the Willow Grove, Tales from Eldridge." "Ah, this one," she says fondly, opening it to reveal pages yellowed with age, filled with handwritten notes and delicate sketches of willows and wildflowers. It's a collection of stories from villagers over the years. Nothing exciting, just reflections on the seasons, the whispers in the wind, the way the grove brings peace. You gather around a large oak table in the center of the room, the wood smooth and cool under your palms, scarred with faint marks from countless readers before you. Mira takes the book first, her reflective nature drawing her to a passage about a traveler finding solace in the grove after a long journey. She reads aloud in her soft, lilting voice. The willows bent low, their branches brushing the earth like fingers tracing secrets in the soil. Here, amid the whispers, I found not answers, but quiet, a companion more faithful than any road. The words hang in the air, evoking the sensory details of the grove outside, the cool dampness of moss underfoot, the faint rustle of leaves like silk on skin, the earthy smell after rain that clings to everything. Finn nods appreciatively, sharing his own edition. Reminds me of my bees. They thrive in that quiet. Last spring, I sat by the hives listening to the willows, and it felt like the whole world was in harmony. Elara chimes in next, her gentle personality shining through as she weaves a personal thread. I once made a tapestry inspired by this book. The fibers from the meadow grasses, dyed with willow bark, soft browns and greens. It hangs in my home now, a reminder that beauty comes from the ordinary. Your turn comes naturally, and you share a thought or two, the group listening with genuine interest. The interactions are meaningful yet light, fostering a sense of connection without effort. As the afternoon stretches on, you embark on a small journey within the library, moving from section to section, pulling books on herbs, weaving patterns, and distant meadows. Each discovery is savored slowly. The texture of a leather-bound tome, the faint ink scent rising from open pages, the way the light filters through the windows to illuminate illustrations of buzzing bees or trailing willow vines. At one point, Finn leads you to a window nook where potted plants thrive in the soft light, miniature versions of the grove's wildflowers. Touch this, he encourages, guiding your hand to a leaf. It's velvety soft, releasing a subtle minty aroma that mingles with the tea's lingering scent. Mira adds her reflections, speaking of similar plants she's encountered on her travels, her words painting pictures of quiet valleys and gentle streams. Elara suggests a break outside, but only a brief one, to gather a few fallen willow leaves for pressing into bookmarks. You step out together, the door creaking behind you, and into the grove. The air is cooler now, the sun lower, and the whispers are louder, a soothing susurrus that envelopes you. The ground is soft with fallen leaves, crunching faintly underfoot, and the scent of damp earth rises like a balm. You collect leaves carefully, their surfaces smooth and veined, chatting softly about nothing and everything, the color of the sky, the feel of the breeze on your skin, the simple joy of being here. Back inside, you press the leaves between book pages, the task methodical and calming. Hours pass in this rhythm, reading snippets, sharing thoughts, sipping refills of tea that Elara brews fresh. The characters' personalities interplay beautifully, Finn's curiosity sparking gentle questions, Mira's reflections adding depth, Elara's gentleness tying it all together like her woven threads. Emotions are relatable, a quiet contentment, a subtle hope that these small connections weave a tapestry of tranquility in everyday life. There's no rush, no climax, just the peaceful boredom of a library visit where time dilates, allowing you to breathe deeply, feel the textures around you, and let the whispers of the Willow Grove lull your mind into serenity. As the light outside fades to a soft twilight, the library begins to wind down like the day itself. The willow's whispers grow fainter, replaced by the emerging chirps of crickets in the meadow beyond. You close the last book, its pages sighing shut, and lean back in your chair, feeling a profound calm settle over you, like the grove has shared its secrets, leaving you wrapped in peace. Elara gathers the cups, her movements slow and graceful. "It's been a lovely afternoon," she says softly, her eyes warm with genuine affection. "These quiet visits remind me how connected we all are through the simple threads of life. Come back anytime. The grove will always whisper a welcome." Finn stands, stretching with a contented sigh. Agreed. Nothing beats a boring day like this, full of little discoveries. Take care, friend. Maybe next time, I'll bring some honey from the hives. Mira closes her notebook, slipping it into her bag. Safe journeys home, she reflects, her voice a gentle echo. Remember, tranquility isn't found in grand adventures, but in moments like these, hopeful, connected, serene. You bid them goodbye, the farewells unhurried and heartfelt, and step out into the cooling air of whispers of the Willow Grove. The path back through the village is bathed in the last glow of sunset, the wildflowers nodding as if in agreement. Your steps are lighter now, your mind clear, the day's gentle boredom having washed away any lingering worries. The rustle of leaves accompanies you, a final lullaby, guiding you toward rest. As you drift toward sleep, carried by the memory of the grove's whispers, know that such peace is always within reach, in the quiet corners of the world, in the connections we nurture. To drift into more peaceful tales, subscribe to Sleep Dream Stories for more soothing stories.